Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is your weekly tarot energy reading for October 29th through November 4th, 2018. So I am back at it again with another energy reading for you guys. And what I've done, like every week, is I have a general reading for you guys. I also have the love energy for the week, energy for your career, and then a final message from Spirit. What I do have to say about this week, and also the past 2 or 3 days, is that the energy has been getting pretty intense. I've noticed this just from my interactions with people lately. I can just feel the energy in everybody rising, also my personal energy. And I do kind of have a theory on why this is happening. This might not be the case for everyone. Remember, this is a general reading, may not apply to everyone. Maybe there's only certain parts of it that apply for you, so take whatever resonates, leave whatever doesn't. But some of us are about to go into the holiday season, and not everybody. Once again, I'm doing a reading for everybody all over the world. So many different people from different continents, different countries, different cultures, different locations are watching this, and I appreciate that. Shout out to you guys. But a lot of us are going into the holiday season, November, December, January, the new year for a lot of people. And so for some people, this is a really exciting time. It's fun. You get time off of work. You get to come back home from school. You get to see family and loved ones you haven't seen in a while. But for some people, it's actually more drama than it is fun. Not everybody comes from, a healthy families. A lot of people come from a toxic family or a dysfunctional family, or there's family members who are addicts, or family members you have a rift with, or family members that are narcissists or abusive or whatever. Some people have lost people over the holidays, or just the holidays can bring up the fact that you feel lost. There tend to be a lot more people who are depressed and seasonal depression during this time of year. And so the triggers are starting to happen for a lot of people, and that's kind of what I'm sensing. And there's this feeling of the other shoe's gonna drop. So for some people, if you're starting to feel that way, if you're starting to feel anxiety, if you're starting to feel this kind of dread coming on, just know, maybe it's because the holidays are coming, maybe it's because you're gonna have to go back home and see your family, or that one family member's coming, or you're going back to the town where you grew up in and you had that horrible breakup, or whatever it is. And so it can be triggering. All right, and so what I do want to tell you guys, I'm going to be here for you guys during the holidays. I tend to get a lot of orders. A lot of people seem to be kind of melting down and having crises during this time. And I really don't celebrate the holidays. I kind of do my own thing. So this is my busy time, and so I've been meditating, I've been doing healings, I've been getting Reiki done. As you guys all know, I'm traveling. I'm in beautiful Italy right now, and I just want you guys to know I'm completely available for you guys the next couple months. If you need to reach out to somebody, if you need any help or support, you need your cards read, you need some healing, I'm definitely here for you guys. And also on my channel, I'm going to be doing a lot of free readings on, basically these issues that we have over the holidays: narcissistic abuse, how to handle, situations like with your past, how to clear energy, how to get through this season. So keep coming to my channel, and hopefully I can help you guys through this time, and just be supportive and lift you guys up through this. It's going to be a little intense for some of us, not for everybody. But for some of us, and I feel like if you're resonating with what I'm saying right now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Once again, not all of us come from a perfect background or situation, and so this time of year can bring up a lot of memories, or it can be a lot of drama, and it can just make you feel anxiety. So remember just to keep your head up and keep your boundaries strong, and stay grounded, and make sure that you're spending time doing something creative, because your fun and your creativity and working towards your personal goals are really going to help you. Maybe you feel like you need to kind of take a step back and spend a lot of time resting during this season. It's very normal. I personally have been working on some music lately. That's really been helping me keep my energy high vibe and just make it through this time. But if you're feeling kind of off, just know that you're not the only one. There's definitely a message here about staying grounded this week in particular. There could be some stressors coming up, and I do feel like it's our bodies and our energy picking up on the fact that the seasons are changing. You know, whether you're headed into the summer or you're headed into the winter, it is kind of a seasonal change here. One thing is for sure though, it's like we're stronger now. There's this message coming out that we're stronger. Like the recent energy transit we went through over the summer with all those eclipses and retrograde energy, we're carrying that forward with us. We've definitely left some difficult times behind. And I do get this message that we're going to be provided for. I don't really know what this is, but when I look at it, I always think it's like bananas or something, even though it's like a little boat. I don't even know. And so I always think of this as like, you know, you're being provided for, you're going to have food, like nature provides what you need. There's going to be food on your table. The bills are going to keep getting paid. The lights are going to be on. I feel like some people need to hear that, because some people are feeling like disconnected from themselves and like also disconnected from spirit because they're feeling like you're not safe, or you're feeling like you're not protected right now because this protection card's reversed. And so ask yourself, you know, why do I not feel safe? Why do I not feel protected? Where's that coming from? And oftentimes that's coming from the past. Maybe in your childhood or in the past you weren't feeling safe, you weren't feeling protected, but now you are in this amazing adult body. You have the ability to protect yourself and to protect your inner child, and to put your hand on your heart and take a deep breath and remind yourself that you're still here, you're still breathing. This life is a gift, this life is a blessing, you matter, you deserve to be happy, you deserve to meet your needs and to do anything that you need to do to establish ease for yourself. And I feel like that's the theme for this week, is establish ease for yourself. So this is a message that things will be changing. You will be moving more towards your passion. This is the Destiny card. So you could be feeling kind of a little bit of anxiety or tug and pull, obviously because of the changing seasons and the holidays for some people, but it could also be because you're sensing this new year that's coming and you know that like you need to make changes. 2019 is going to be a year of endings and beginnings and big changes, bigger than we've seen in 2016, 2017. Like it's going to be next level. And so this is definitely telling you like to prepare for that and to really start thinking about what changes you want to make and what direction you want to go in. You don't necessarily have to make those changes now, but just be aware that if you're feeling unsettled or you're feeling out of alignment, it's a message there is some action and some movement that you need to make. So this is also the Mourning card. You know, there might be something you're really upset about or sad about. There could be things coming up from the past right now. We are at the end of a Venus retrograde cycle. We're entering into a Mercury retrograde cycle. So things from your past are definitely going to be coming up for review. And if anything's coming up, that's just a message that your brain, your psyche is feeling safe enough to bring that to your attention so that you can release it. So how do you release you know, the mourning and these sad feelings and the depression and stuff like that? Well, you can cry. Crying and tears are our body's natural way of releasing. So if you find yourself crying more this week, that's totally normal. Doesn't mean your world's falling apart. It just means that your body feels safe enough to express these emotions and allow space for that. This is also a message that maybe some of you guys have been kind of hiding it from yourself, that you're sad or upset, and maybe this is a week to make some space for that. So express it in whatever way you need to, by talking to a trusted friend or a qualified therapist or professional, by writing in your journal. I've been writing music lately. That's kind of my way to like express. Maybe getting some Reiki healing or going to the chiropractor, acupuncturist, whatever you need to do, like just to feel like you're in alignment. There's definitely a message coming up about, you know, going for any health treatments you've been putting off. Like if you haven't been to the dentist in a while, just like make that your priority, whatever this is, you know, scheduling that appointment with your doctor, following your intuition on looking after your health. And this is also physical health, of course, but it's also mental health. And so I feel like some people are going to feel sad this week and maybe something happened. Maybe somebody passed over in your life. Maybe there's been a breakup. Maybe there's been something traumatic that's happened. It could be happening recently. It could have been from your past. And so just know that it's okay. I think that's something that I just never heard in my life, and something that's really helped me on my healing journey is just knowing that it's okay to feel my emotions, and it's okay to express them, and it's okay to be down. You don't have to be happy all the time. I think in this, social media era, everybody's, posting pictures where they're smiling and everybody just wants to have a good time. That's great and stuff, but we're real humans. We have emotions. It's how we process things. And emotions are energy. Emotions, that's what energy is. It's emotions in motion. And so if you don't allow yourself a space to process this energy, even if it's inconvenient, it can create blockages. And here's what it'll actually do to you, okay? Just to break it down. If you don't process your emotions and things come up and you just avoid it and you shove it down, you don't create a safe space to go through that and process it and heal from it, or you don't kind of acknowledge it, what happens is you shove all that energy down and it gets blocked in your root chakra, okay? And your root chakra is the energy center at the base of your spine that makes you feel safe. When it's balanced, you feel safe and you feel secure and you feel in your power, and money and wealth is flowing to you, and you feel like you know what your purpose is and like what you want to do. You have direction in your life, you feel safe, you feel provided for. So if you're stuffing all these traumas and things that have happened to you down, what ends up happening is you get blocked from receiving money. You guys, this is your money we're talking about here. You get blocked from receiving money. You can feel scared and fearful. You can be on edge. You can have panic attacks. You can feel, a lot of anxiety. You can be very hypervigilant. And so this is saying that if anything's coming up or you need to express anything, even if it's not a good time, because we've got jobs, sometimes we've got kids, we got all this stuff to do, and we want to keep strong for everybody around us. But this is saying sometimes the strongest thing you can do is just allow yourself to break down, or allow yourself to cry, or make half an hour to write in your journal, or to just rest and meditate, or go for a walk. Whatever it is, everyone has their own way of releasing these emotions that come up. It's just, we need to make sure that we face them. And I know some of you guys gotta be strong for your family and for your kids and everything, but sometimes, like I said, the strongest thing you can do is allow space for this. And it's okay to tell the people around you, hey, I'm processing something I went through right now. And if they're like, do you want to talk about it? You can say yes, or you could say no, I just need some space. It's okay to tell your children that you're sad one day and that it's because something happened, and tell your children it's okay to be sad, and let them see you cry sometimes. Sometimes we feel like it's gonna scare them, but it's actually healing for them to see that, for you to express your emotions in a healthy way, and for you to tell your partner, whatever, or your child, I'm gonna write in my journal. How about we paint a picture together to help us feel better, and whatever. And so this is about processing healthy emotions and not being afraid to show people that maybe you're not feeling the best one day or something. So I just want to give you guys a heads up. Maybe that happens this week. Maybe it's the whole week. Maybe this has been going on for weeks. Maybe this just happens one day for you, but it's bound to happen this week. But one thing's for sure is this emotion is passing, because it's we're getting prepped to make some big changes, to move forward and move more towards our passion. Over here with the messages for general energy for this week in my Enchanted Tarot, this is the full reverse, saying take a risk, take a leap of faith, don't second guess things, just move forward. But it's reversed. So I feel like some of us are second guessing our path. Some of us are flirting on the line with taking this risk, trying something new or putting ourselves out there. Maybe even going somewhere new, because this is the Fox card, could talk about moving somewhere new, going somewhere new. That's been coming up in the cards the past couple weeks for a lot of people. This is about living in the moment, letting go of control and surrender, having pure faith, being ready to step into a new season in your life. This card also has to do with letting go of people, places, things, and situations that no longer serve you, but it's reversed. And so this is talking about having a little bit of resistance, going back and forth, should I do this, should I not, deciding I'm gonna do this today, and then you wake up and you don't feel like it and you push it off till tomorrow. This is that card. And the Hierophant is saying that excuse me, the Hierophant is saying that maybe you're putting this off because you're worried for like what people are gonna think. It could also have to do with needing to tie up some loose ends before you move forward on this path. So like this is a good time to tie up any loose ends and like get things done, finish up any like projects you've left dangling so you can move forward with something new. This is also talking about being in a crisis related to like your religion or your faith or your spirituality. Maybe you're going through a spiritual awakening and you're just trying to figure out what you believe. Maybe you're in conflict with your family over what you believe. You know, maybe you're like into tarot and stuff like that and they're really into a certain religion. Or maybe it's vice versa. Maybe you wish that your family and everything was more spiritual, but they're not, and you want to show them how to be more conscious. What I have to say about this is that everyone is on their own spiritual path, so it's never a good idea to force your beliefs or opinions on anyone. Like me with this channel, if anybody wants to come across and vibes with me and what I'm saying, awesome, but anyone who doesn't, I definitely don't want them here, because I feel like they should be on their own path and do what's right for them, because, you know, convincing someone to believe what's not right for them, that in my opinion is just not good, you know? And so just remember that maybe, especially during the holidays, maybe you're starting to realize you conflict with some people with your viewpoints, but when it comes to religion and spirituality, everyone is on their own path. And so just realize that, and also know that there's like unseen forces at work. You never understand what path someone is on or kind of what really is going on with them behind the scenes, so don't be so quick to judge. This card is also talking about, conflict with family or something. And so, it's a pretty interesting week, guys. This is also a card saying you're trying to break out of a really strict family or a really strict religion or a really strict upbringing. You're realizing that you don't want to conform, like you want to walk your own path, but you're like scared to like be yourself or be vulnerable in that way or express yourself. And so maybe this is some people who are being called to a healing path and like you're worried what the people around you are going to think, which I completely understand. I've been through that. This is saying this is a really good week to seek out your spirit guide, or to seek out a spiritual mentor, or to, practice your religion or your faith, or pray, meditate, whatever it is you're being called to do. You're going to be feeling like you want to reach out more for spiritual help, or that you want to just make space in your life to just be more appreciative this week. And then another meaning for this card is also talking about like a twin flame union, but it's reversed. So it's talking about delays when it comes to your twin flame union, or maybe that's what's causing you to be upset this week, or like a soulmate union or something like that. Okay, so the energy this week is kind of intense, but one thing is for sure, it's all helping us change. It's all helping us to change. It's going to be a positive change. It's going to be a positive outcome. Things might just not be what they appear. So not to say that this week is going to be like crazy or anything. I just think this is the information you need to be aware of going into this week. So this is talking about feeling a lot wiser by the end of the week and feeling like you've confronted some things and you're feeling more comfortable, and you're seeing these changes that are happening in your life as an opportunity. So that's kind of a message for this week, is if you can see this as an opportunity, if you can see these changes as an opportunity, no matter how you're feeling and what you're going through, it'll help you, it'll serve you more. So this is a period of change. This might feel a bit unstable, because like when you're going through changes, it can make you feel really unstable because you don't know what to expect and what's next. But embrace it. Think of it as an adventure. Get excited for this new season in your life. Stay really centered and informed this week. Be flexible. And know yourself, know thyself. That's really coming up right now, to just know thyself. So let's go ahead and move on to the message in love. So we are seeing an interesting message that's being repeated. This is saying free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So I don't know if this is necessarily a week that love is really going to be highlighted for a lot of people, because I do see finances and career coming out. This seems to be what everyone's focusing on this week. And yeah, a lot of people are obviously paying rent on the first of the month, and so people are probably worried about that or thinking about that. I'm also seeing a message for some people about a promotion or getting your resume going, looking for another job. Some people are applying for seasonal jobs right now and taking on extra work. I see that going really positive. And I do see this energy of freedom coming out this week, because the energy is like making us stronger. It's kind of pushing up against us and making us to feel more strong. And then this is the honeymoon card. This might be a really good week for people who are actually in a committed relationship, because I'm seeing that with all this energy, you'll be falling back on each other, and like you'll feel that support coming from your partner. I'm not seeing a lot of conflict in relationship this week. It's more like an inner conflict. And so this is definitely talking about having like a honeymoon period. This might be a good week to schedule like a little date with your significant other. If you have kids, try to get a sitter this week and see if you can just get out and get alone for a couple hours with your partner. Maybe do breakfast in bed or something cute like that. This is a good week to like surprise your partner or surprise your significant other. Or maybe to go on a little weekend trip or something. Obviously there's Halloween here, so I'm seeing some people who are in costumes and having a good time. That's also coming up in the energy, so I see a lot of fun around that time. And make sure you carry your crystals and you have protection on you. I won't be doing readings on Halloween. I kind of observe that holiday like it's sacred, and kind of it's not a good day to be doing readings with all that energy afloat. It's positive, but there's a lot going on out there, so I probably won't be here for you guys that day, but I'll be there the days after. And this is saying everyone's gonna be having fun. You'll probably be meeting some new people, and so that is kind of a highlight to this week, is the holiday. I know not everybody celebrates Halloween, but for the people that do, it's kind of funny we're getting this card. People up in costume and going to parties and partying in the moonlight and just having a good time. And the water symbolizes emotion, and so I do see it being like a fun time. And then the energy that I'm also seeing in love, actually there could be a couple people meeting somebody new in love on Halloween. I don't see a lot of people, but just keep your eye out. There could be somebody cute you meet or you have a good time. This is talking about your children. Some people who have children, they're saying listen to your children, because your children might be affected by this energy too. So just listen to them. If they seem like they're out of whack, create a place for them to be able to speak how they feel, and just be there for them and nurture them. Even your pets too. Comfort your pets and be there for your pets. It's like everybody just needs extra hugs and extra cuddles this week. So, you probably have a good time if you take your kids out trick-or-treating or whatever you guys do if you are observing that holiday. And they're just saying listen to your kids this week. Listen to them, be there for them, support them, love them. If you don't have children, this is telling you to listen to your inner child. Like, what does your inner child want this week? Maybe you're caught up in all of this, but there's a part of you that's just like, I just want to have fun, or like, I just want to do this, or I want to hang out with my friends. And so listen to your inner child and meet your inner child's needs, whatever it is. Sometimes you just need to get like one of those like coloring books and just color or something. Sometimes it's like the little things that your inner child loves. And so just think about the little things. Treat yourself. This is definitely a good week to treat yourself. Maybe get a beauty treatment done or something, or go get your nails done, or go get your hair cut. Taking good care of yourself, meeting your inner child's needs, and I see that helping you as well. In career, a lot of you guys have been through a lot. You've been on a long path. I do see a struggle with some of you guys who have been at a job. There's a message coming out for some people. It's like you've been at this job for 4 or 5 years, something around that, and there's a struggle and you want to get out because you're not happy with your coworkers. So if that applies to you, definitely take this message. They're saying you need to find an environment where you feel at home and you feel supported. It's never going to be perfect. There's always going to be that one coworker or maybe your boss or something you don't get along very well with. But if it's intense and it's like everybody and you feel like you don't fit in and you just feel like this is not for me, and you're dreading going into work and you can't sleep at night, and it's like on that level where you have so much anxiety about going there, you've got to find another job, because there are better jobs. Like, I've had a couple jobs in my life and found out, like, you never realize how toxic your workplace is until you find a new one and you're like, oh my god, like, that was crazy. Why did I stay there for so long? So just know that you can find a way out, and I already see a lot of people are looking for jobs right now. Go for it, you know. There are opportunities out there, and you deserve to be happy. Another message I see is that some of you guys aren't really gonna feel like you wanna work this week because of the energy out there, just kind of up and down. So this might be a good week to use one of your sick days, you know, to just take a personal day. Maybe you can plan on that with a little bit of foresight. You might randomly decide to call off this week, some of you guys, so just be aware. If you can schedule that you go in early and get off like early. I don't know if your job lets you do that, where you can go in like an hour or two earlier and get off early. You might want to do that. You might just want to drag your butt out of bed early, get there early so you can take off, because I feel like it might just be an energy of just not wanting to be there this week. It's not like we ever want to be at work, but it's like a lot of people just like, I just feel like I can't do it this week. So there's definitely a message about that coming out. So final message about this week is freedom. You know, this is important. If you're not feeling like you're free, you know, work more towards that. I think a lot of us are on a mission in our life and on a path of discovering and finding our freedom. And there's levels and there's layers to this. The most important thing is to find your peace and find your happiness wherever you're at, because it's all in your perspective, you know. And I learned this actually from my bird. I had two birds, and you know how they live in a cage? I always thought like, wow, aren't they gonna feel cooped up? I let my birds out of the cage all the time. They were like free and stuff, but they loved being in their cage. Sometimes they would beg to be back in their cage, because to them, like, they were happy with it. It was their home, it was their perspective. Like, they could entertain themselves doing whatever, like biting on something or just singing a silly song or eating their food, whatever. They like always found something to do and always found a way to be happy. Like, it's rare that you're gonna see a bird that's like depressed or upset if you're taking good care of them. So I kind of feel like that's kind of a metaphor for us here. Like, sometimes you feel trapped in your situation, but you can look around and find ways and find opportunities to find that peace and bring it in your life, and to just find that inside of yourself, because it's not always what's on the outside, it's what's inside of you that makes you feel peaceful and comforted. So this is really working on your internal state, on your internal condition this week, clearing things out, finding your freedom. And then also I want you guys to know, if you don't like something, you can change it. There are no excuses. I don't care who you are, where you come from, anything, what you've been through. Actually, I do care a lot about that. You guys know. But the point I'm trying to make is that the only obstacles you see are in your mind. And I know that there are some difficult paths in this life. I've heard your stories. I have my own. But let the universe surprise you when you actually set a goal or set an intention or have a vision and you take little steps. Watch how the universe will bend over backwards to make that happen for you. It really is just committing yourself to your purpose and realizing we're on a journey. As cheesy as it sounds, it's not always about the destination, it's about the journey. So what can you do about this moment right now? What can you do about today? What can you do about this week to just give yourself the little simple pleasures in life? You know, make your inner child happy, release some of this trauma and pain and anxiety so you can just be in the moment and have fun. Remember to wake up every day and say thank you. Say thank you that you're still here on this earth. Let your first word and your first thought every morning when you wake up to be thank you. No matter what shit's going down, it's still a miracle and it's still a blessing to have this life. It's the chances that we're actually human, like, you know, statistically are very rare. Like, it's so random and rare that like we became like a human, that we're here, that we're in this body. Out of all the chances, out of all the energies, like, it's incredible that we're here and that we're in this body and we're getting to have this experience. Remember, life is what you make it. So they're saying you'll find your peace this week by not forcing, there's like a hair on this, by not forcing yourself to be any certain way, and by listening to yourself. Listening to yourself, because changes need to be made, and they're going to be made slowly, and I think you're just becoming aware of that this week. So I hope that this message resonates with you guys, and I hope that you have an amazing week. I'm sending you guys so much love and light. Peace out.